Cancer, a scary word in the U.S. today. However, according to the National Cancer Institute in 2016, there was more than 15 million cancer survivors. And in 2017, I became one of them. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is according to the Mayo Clinic, is a cancer of the lymphatic system, which is part of your immune system. And tonight I will tell you how my life was impacted after being diagnosed and treated with Hodgkin's lymphoma. We will begin with how I felt right after being diagnosed. My cousin was misdiagnosed for over a year before his doctors found it, and he eventually died. I felt blessed that my doctor didn't mess around and found my cancer because I had 3 kids and a husband that needed me. I was also just started a new job and had 5 amazing therapists that helped me to process and cope with my new diagnosis. Now that I've told you how I felt after being diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, I will tell you a little bit about my treatment. I had to have a lot of tests on my lungs and my heart. I had to have a bone biopsy to find out which stage I was in. I also had to have a port put in because of the chemo that I was taking could burn my veins. I had to have chemo every 2 weeks for 6 months, and each chemo lasted 7 to 8 days. 7 to 8 hours long, which was kind of boring. In addition, my white blood cells had actually dropped, so that I needed a Lunesta shot. I was a little onboard system here that gave me medicine after 24 hours. In addition to my experience with chemo, I had some impacts of it afterwards. My hair had thinned, and I have strange marks on my legs, and I had my port taken out immediately so that I wouldn't have to think about having chemo and having cancer all the time. Even though I am free of cancer, or I was given the all clear, I'm not completely free of cancer. It'll be 4 more years before I can say that I'm cancer free. Even though I didn't have many side effects from my chemo, I do have some everlasting effects. I still get nauseous at certain smells, and if I bump the back of my arm where the Lunesta was, I can still feel it. My port scar is still there, and my hair is still trying to grow back. Now that I've told you a little bit about my experience before and after my cancer, I hope that you will remember that cancer is not a death sentence.